What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is currently Saturday night, just shy of 9 o'clock. We are about to do something that I only have to do usually twice, maybe 3 times a year. We are headed in for the night shift milking. Luckily, I've only got to do the second half. My father-in-law and Tyler are doing the first half, and then I am milking the second half with Caleb, who would be my wife's cousin. So basically, considered my cousin, I guess. Once you're married, you're cousins. We're all family at Armson Farms. Anyways, we're gonna bring you guys along to show you our parlor and how we milk. At least the second half of it. Beautiful night in Western New York. Beautiful night. If you guys haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. We're gonna get after it. You guys gotta help me stay awake though. Usually I hit the hay when my kids hit the hay around 8:30. So working a shift until 1:30 a.m. is going to be a rough one. But we'll get her done. How about that? Those of you guys who've never been to New York, this is New York right here. Open fields, woods, rolling hills, beautiful sunrises and sunsets. Quite the operation here. Probably could kill some of these lights here. Keepers, is electric free or what is the deal? Look at that though. Woo. Stop and get a picture of that. Alright guys, so this here is our parlor. We have a double 20 parallel De La Valle parlor. Got exits down both sides. Rapid release bar lifts straight up and out of the way. So generally there's only 1 or 2 guys milking. Right now we've got 3 because the guys got eliminated from their soccer tournament. So Emilio is here to help us out. All right, so when the ladies walk in, they turn sideways and we dip them with our pre-dip, which is a peroxide-based foam. It completely covers the teat as such. This iodine, well, it's not iodine, this peroxide foam's really, really nice. This is the first time I've ever done it while filming, so this is kind of interesting. But after about a minute of that teat tip setting on there, we go down through with microfiber towels and we wash them off. That stimulates milk letdown. We also strip each teat. The first couple squirts in each teat has the most amount of somatic cells in it than the rest of the other. So we'll strip it, checking for mastitis. So once the animals are all prepped, you put the machine on. That's sounds self-explanatory, but yeah, once they're all prepped, just push these buttons. When the buttons are green, means the machines are running. When they're red, the cow's done. It'll take it off automatically. This chain lifts up, pulls the machine off. So that's pretty much the gist of it. There we go. on, ladies. Head on back now. So when we get almost done with a group of cows, you can see there's just a little bit left up there in the holding area. I push all the cows back to the pen that they go to, and I shut up the return alley gates as such. Then I can bring the next group up, and they can walk right up here to this crowd gate, right behind the group of cows that we're milking now. So once that group gets in, you can lift that crowd gate up and go right over top of the next group in line. That makes it so you're never waiting for cows between groups. Works out well. At least that's our system. But anyhow, we've got one group left here to do. It's our fresh group. We milk them in the end, so that way any treated cows or fresh cows can get caught in pails, and you're not passing any of that bacteria on to the cows afterwards in the next groups. See, so that group's gonna head down there to the old barn. Just gonna shut this gate right here. So now we're all set up. Return alley shut, that shut. Open this up, kick the lights on up to the new barn, and bring them down. They can head up into there. What do you say, ladies? Ready to go? You guys ready to go? I'll make the walk down the hall. I actually figured it out in the beginning of the video there when I was talking about all the lights being on up here. That side of the barn stays on all the time because there are cameras on that side of the barn, because it is our dry cow barn and our calving packs. So that actually makes sense. I knew that. Just forgot that. But anyways, we're gonna get this group pushed down and try to get the milking wrapped up. We are right around midnight, so hopefully we can get done. It'll probably be 1:30 or so by the time this group is done, but that's part of it. Just be thankful I don't have to do it every night. Also, this is a fun group to milk. I got one in heat right here. She liked the merchandise. As I was saying, fun group to milk. The fresh group is our second highest producing group. It's all the cows 55 days and under. They generally go down to the other pens 55 to 60 days where they start to get bred. So good cows up here, they make a lot of milk. So they're fun to work with. Sometimes they come in the heat up here. As such. It's actually my brother-in-law's cow. A nice cow. Figured while I was up here I could tell you guys a little more about those products we use in the parlor as well. So that pre-dip is a peroxide-based dip with some skin conditioners in it. That's a really good foaming dip, and it's cheaper than iodine. Now our post-dip, so the dip that we dip the cows with after the machine comes off, is a 1% iodine barrier dip. It's got all kinds of different like emollients and skin conditioners and stuff like that in it. It's definitely not the cheapest of post dips, but we're currently sitting at a 70,000 somatic cell count. So that's what we're gonna stick with, because that is an excellent number for us. We've been hanging right around the 70s, low 80s all year. We use the DeLaval liners, the triangle, I think they're tri-clover liners they're called. Those also seem to be doing really well. So yeah, that's what we use for products. A peroxide pre that we foam, 1% iodine post, triclover liners. I think they're called triclovers. Fairly certain. I'll double check on that. And then, like I said, microfiber towels. So that's what we use for products down there. All of our chemicals and our T-tips come from Paddock Dairy Supply out of Warsaw, New York. And then our liners come from De La Valle. There's some kind of a deal with Parlor maintenance if we use their liners. They'd like us to use all their stuff, but Paddock's can't beat their price, can't beat their service. So that's what we go with. Now that the fresh group is all in there and the crowd gate's down, I open up these exit gates so the remaining cows from the last group that were in the parlor before can go back. I'll go push all them back. I will put them away and then shut that gate, open this gate back up, and the fresh cows and head back up to their pen up there. This is probably the most challenging part of milking, in my opinion. It's just making sure all the cows are in the right pens and you got the gates set the way that they're supposed to be all the time. Not that it's a difficult system, because it's not, but it's just such a pain in the rear end. If you screw up the gates and mix up a pen of cows, you're talking a couple hours worth of sorting. So that puts nobody in a good mood, including myself. So, yep. Just got to make sure you're on top of the game. So I'll go up here. These are the last couple from that pen. You can see this pen is starting to load up now. Between each pen, we hose the floor off there. So it's a nice fresh start. You can see we got the whole group in here. Each of our groups is about 180 cows, which is about all this holding area wants. It'll probably hold more, but there's no reason for us to cram them in. All right, guys, down here is our basement. So this is obviously underneath our parlor. Down here is our receiver jars and all of our pulsation lines and pipelines are down here. This keeps everything cleaner than if it's up there in the parlor, obviously. And it makes it significantly quieter upstairs. You can hear how loud it is down here. All the pulsators are running. It also makes it easier for the guys if they have to do repairs on anything down here versus upstairs. It's just easier, it's out of the way, it's cleaner, it's quieter. The table's set up when we have the milk tester come. They hang all of their units right here. They go upstairs, write down the cow numbers, and then they come down here and they can take all their samples down here. Again, away from the cows, away from the chaos of the parlor. So this is a really nice feature of the parlor. And again, it just keeps it out of the way. Nice and quiet. So yeah, they are the De La Valle clover liners. They're called clover because the inside of those is kind of rounded like a clover, if that makes any sense. So in this group, or really any group, the cow has these leg bands on, these red bands. That tells you she's got antibiotics in her system that we need to catch her milk. So that milk goes separately into these pails, and then the machine is washed thoroughly before put on any other cows. Once that milk's in the pails and we're all done milking, we load the pails into the back of our little Amazon truck car. We call it the mailman truck. Take it up to our calf barn where we have a pasteurizer. All of our waste milk gets pasteurized and fed to the calves. So nothing is going to waste. I just swung in here to the herdsman's office just to give you guys some accurate numbers. So currently we are sitting at 780 head going through the parlor. And as of the last test, we're at 94 pounds, just over 7 pounds of components, which is good. We are kind of thriving to be closer to 7.25, 7.5 pounds of components. We were up 7.3, 7.4 pounds back in the spring, which in the heat, with heat stress and everything like that, that's, this is part of it. We would like to be able to run sprinklers, but we don't have enough water. So heat stress becomes a bit of a thing, which it's a thing on all dairies. There's nothing you can really do about it. But so that's affected the numbers some, but those are still pretty solid numbers for the girls. Yeah, like I said, we're really striving for the fat and protein. That's what you get paid on, pounds of solids. So we'd like to be, I've heard of farms that are up over 8 pounds of components now, which it seems like only a year or two ago, 7 pounds was the real goal. But now, people are pushing for 8. So, in the meantime, we're going to stick with trying to get this back to 7.2, 7.3 and keep that pounds production up. As we get into the fall months, when it starts to cool off, production always seems to come up a little bit. But anyways, guys, that's where we're at right now. We've got the last group of cows coming into the parlor. Shouldn't say coming into the parlor. They're in the parlor now. We got the machines on them. I'm going to run out, dump a load of feed off. Generally, Sunday mornings, someone comes in at 2 o'clock, feeds the first load of feed and feeds heifers. But being that tomorrow Tyler's on, being that he was here milking that first half tonight, I'm going to run the load of feed off now so he doesn't have to come in quite so early in the morning. And then I'll just run around and push up feed to all the other groups. I will use the skid steer and I will clean out that holding area where the cows wait to be at milk, then where they exit back. I'll take the skid steers, clean that. We'll hose down the parlor, wash all the machines, and we will call it a night. Looks like 1:15, we're hoping to be out of here, which is really good considering we are nowhere near as fast as the guys that generally milk. So I hope this video was somewhat helpful. If you guys got any questions, feel free to comment the questions. It was kind of chaotic just because we're not usually the guys that are milking. So it takes a bit of getting used to. And it's kind of more difficult to film than I expected it to be, just because of the speed and the sounds and all of that. But yeah, any questions, guys, feel free to comment. I will definitely reach out and either answer the comment or make a video addressing the comment with any of your guys' questions. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.